Good morning boys, Mr. Ford here again. Today's workout is going to focus on the back. I've got 5 exercises for you. You can vary the number of reps you do and even the number of sets. So number of reps, so it means repetitions, how many times you complete the lift or the exercise, and sets is a group of repetitions. So you might do 10 reps 3 times, 3 sets of 10. Okay, so the first exercise is going to be a bent over row. Now I'm back again with a shopping bag which is filled with some clothes. You could fill it with anything that you have, and depending on what weight you want, you can make it more challenging by adding more weight or slightly lighter by taking some weight out. So I'm going to use the sofa here. You could use a chair or you could use a stool or some kind of surface that you can rest on. And what you're going to do is you're going to bend over from the hips. You're going to place one hand on the edge of the surface, and in the hand and the arm that is active, okay, you're going to have the bag and you're just going to bring the bag up towards your chest. Now this is actually, as I say, working the back. Okay, it's working the latissimus dorsi, which are the muscles which cover the mid and upper section of the back. Okay, I could change round. I could use this side again, so same on this arm. Now these handles are a little bit long, so it's not quite giving me the same range of movement that I could do if I had a slightly shorter handle. I do have another bag, a couple of bags. Let's just try with a slightly shorter handle. So again, a little bit more range of movement. I can get that slightly closer to the ground and extend my arm a bit more. It is working my biceps, the 2 muscles at the front of the arm, but it is mainly engaging, as I say, the latissimus dorsi, which are muscles in the back here. So that's exercise 1. Exercise 2 is going to be a deadlift. Okay, now a deadlift, using a slightly bigger bag here, slightly heavier weights, because this time I'm going to have 2 hands on the bag. Deadlift is working, well, the whole back really, but it's working a little bit more lower back. So nice wide stance now, wider than shoulder width apart. 2 hands on the handle. And you're going to pick a point in front of you. So look at a point on the wall. Don't look down at the ground when you're performing the lift. Look at a point, on the wall, and just bring the bag up and lower down. Again, keep looking at that point on the wall. Bring the bag up and down, up and down. Now again, if I wanted to try and make it a little bit more of a range of movement, I could try and hold the bag here. So this means that now when I'm lowering down, I can actually go a little bit lower. Okay, so I'm now getting a greater range of movement here, working the legs as well as the back. Sometimes people say if you breathe out when you're working and in on the way down. Out when you're working, in on the way down. As I say, very important to keep that back straight and look forward. If you start to look down, there's a chance you might overbalance, perhaps the back will curve, and that could be a problem. Okay, exercise 3 is going to be wide bent over row. Notice I've got these 2 water bottles here. These are going to replicate some dumbbells. Okay, so like we said, when we're around the home, we don't have gym equipment really that we can use. So 2 water bottles. Again, if you don't have these, maybe just maybe a bag of sugar or something you might have in the cupboard. Your parents might have something to add a little bit of resistance. Even if you had nothing at all, you could do this without anything in your hands. So fairly wide stance again, not quite as wide as the deadlift, just over shoulder width apart. Pivot over from the hips. Now the palms are going to be facing back towards you here. But again, I've got a bit of a wider grip now in terms of my hands are wider than my shoulders. And I bring the bottles up and down. Bring the bottles up and down. Again, I'm looking at that point on the wall. So if I was showing you from this angle, okay, I'm looking at that point on the wall. Try not to arch my back too much. I've got a mirror here, so I can actually check my form and my technique a little bit. Okay, if you've got someone that's watching you do it, maybe they can tell you if you start to curve or arch your back. you want to hold that rep up at the top, when it's flexed you can do, and lower down. Okay, so again, latissimus dorsi and a little bit of the trapezius muscles at the top of the back. Exercise 4. Using the bottles again, this is something called reverse flies. So what you're going to do here, similar stance, but this time what you're going to do is you're going to have the hands facing inwards, so not back towards you, inwards. I'll do it from the front first of all. Bottles together, and now out to the side and down, out to the side and down, out to the side and down. Imagine you've got an apple or a tennis ball in between your shoulder blades and you're just trying to squeeze that apple or squeeze that ball. So again, just from the side and down and down. Again, check the form if you've got a mirror there, or if you can feel that your back is nice and straight. Make it more challenging. Hold that last rep, hold that rep, and down. Don't hold it for too long because it can be quite awkward. And down. Again, if you've got heavier equipment you can use, you can make it a bit more difficult there. Okay, the last exercise is going to be shrugs.